All right, here's just a quick explanation of the answers. If you're going to do 9 times the sum, you need to get the sum first, so it's in parentheses of P and G. So 9 times that, it's sum. Sum means plus. The sum of S and 12, sum means plus, so S plus 12. Okay. What can you use to represent this? Well, what you want to say is you want to have the product of 8 and x, which is multiplication. You could also say 8 times x, and then having 8 more than that you know that you're going to go 8 more than what happens first. Okay, this is a little bit unclear. If you wrote it like that, I didn't take points off. But if you say the product of 8 and x increased by 8, it's hard to know whether you mean the product of 8 and x, which was increased by 8, in which case it would look like this: the product of 8 and x increased by 8, like that. Okay, so that's a little bit ambiguous, but if you didn't write the product of 8 and the sum, then maybe you figured you didn't write sum, so they weren't going to do that first. Okay, so I gave you credit for that, but that's a little bit ambiguous. Okay, what about number 4? Number 4 says evaluate for these values. So you first should write down the original um, expression, algebraic expression, and then sub each number in. And when you sub numbers in, you should put parentheses, because if you can see how if you wrote an 8 there for that and a 3 there for that, and you didn't put parentheses around them, it would look like it said 83 instead of 8 times 3. And how you do that, this multiplication happens first, and then you do the addition and you get 43. Here, again, write the expression first, follow order of operations. The first thing that happens is parentheses, 8 minus 2 is 6. Okay, rewrite everything the same. Then the next thing that's going to happen is this exponent. 6 squared is 36. Everything else stays the same, 5 times that. Leave it in parentheses to show its multiplication. 5 times 36 is 180. You're still going to divide by 4, and when you do, it's 45. Okay, so ideally, what you're going to be doing is giving me a box around each answer that you submit, so I can see that that is your final answer, and I'm not searching your paper for it. Okay.